When people hear the name Warren Buffett, the first thing that comes to their mind is money. They think about billions of dollars, successful investments, and the companies he built over decades. But when I started studying Warren Buffett's journey, I found something much more interesting. His biggest advantage was not money, it was not luck, and it was not some secret investment formula that only a few people knew. His biggest advantage was a simple habit he followed every single day. A habit that slowly transformed the way he thought, the way he made decisions, and ultimately, the way he built his fortune. Most people spend their entire lives searching for ways to make more money. They look for shortcuts, quick opportunities, and instant success. But Warren Buffett followed a completely different path. Before trying to increase his wealth, he focused on increasing his own value. He understood that money is only as powerful as the person controlling it. If someone doesn't have the right knowledge, discipline, and decision-making ability, even a large amount of money can disappear. But when a person improves themselves, they create something much more valuable than money. They create the ability to build wealth again and again. The habit that gave Warren Buffett an incredible advantage was his commitment to learning. From a very young age, Buffett was curious about how the world worked. While many people were focused on entertainment or finding easy ways to get ahead, he was focused on understanding businesses, studying ideas, and learning how successful people made decisions. He wasn't trying to become rich overnight. He was building the mindset of someone who could handle wealth when it arrived. Think about this for a moment. Two people can have the same amount of money, the same opportunities, and the same amount of time every day. But the person who spends years improving their knowledge and skills will eventually make better decisions than the person who never invests in themselves. The difference may not be visible in the beginning, but over time, it becomes impossible to ignore. Small improvements repeated every day create results that look impossible years later. This is exactly what happened with Warren Buffett. Before he became known as one of the greatest investors in history, he became a student of investing, business, and human behavior. He spent years training his mind to recognize opportunities that others missed. While many people were searching for the next big thing, Buffett was building the ability to understand why something became valuable in the first place. One of the most fascinating things about Warren Buffett is that even after becoming one of the richest people in the world, he never stopped learning. Most people think that once someone achieves success, they can slow down and simply enjoy the results. But Buffett did the opposite. The more successful he became, the more he focused on improving his understanding. He continued reading, studying businesses, and learning from the world around him because he knew one important thing. The moment you stop learning is the moment your growth starts slowing down. Warren Buffett once explained that knowledge works like compound interest. When you learn something new today, it may not completely change your life tomorrow, but that knowledge influences the decisions you make in the future. One better decision can lead to another opportunity, and another opportunity can create a completely different outcome. Just like a small amount of money can grow into a fortune through compounding, small pieces of knowledge can grow into wisdom over time. This is why Buffett never looked at learning as a waste of time. He saw it as an investment with the highest possible return. When you invest in a company, you hope that company grows in value. But when you invest in yourself, you increase your ability to create value everywhere you go. Your skills, your knowledge, and your ability to think clearly become assets that nobody can take away from you. This mindset also changed the way Warren Buffett approached investing. Many people believe successful investing is about finding a stock that will quickly increase in price, but Buffett looked deeper. Before investing his money, he wanted to understand the business behind the stock. He studied how the company made money, who was running it, what problems it solved, and whether it had the potential to grow in the future. His ability to make these decisions came from years of learning and developing his understanding. Imagine someone buying a company just because everyone else is buying it. They are following excitement and emotions. But another person takes time to study, understand, and make a decision based on knowledge. The second person has a much higher chance of making a smart choice because they are not depending on luck. They are depending on understanding. This was one of Warren Buffett's biggest advantages. He trained himself to think differently from the crowd. And this is where we can learn something important from his journey. You don't need to become a billionaire to follow Warren Buffett's rule. You don't need to read hundreds of pages every day or become an expert overnight. The real lesson is to build the habit of continuous improvement. Every day you spend learning something valuable, you are creating a better version of yourself. Because in the long run, your greatest financial asset is not your salary, your bank account, or the things you own. Your greatest asset is the person you become and the knowledge you carry with you. Now let's bring this lesson into our own lives, because the purpose of studying Warren Buffett is not just to admire his success. The real purpose is to understand the principles that created that success and apply them in our own journey. You may not have millions of dollars today, but you have something just as valuable: the ability to improve yourself. Every skill you learn, every book you read, and every idea you understand is adding more power to your future decisions. The biggest mistake many people make is that they want better results without becoming a better person first. They want more money, but they don't want to improve their skills. They want better opportunities, but they don't want to increase their knowledge. They want the rewards of successful people, but they ignore the habits that created those rewards. Warren Buffett's life teaches us that success is not something that suddenly appears. It is built slowly through the choices you repeat every single day. Think about a person who spends 30 minutes every day learning something valuable. In one day, that 30 minutes may not look important. In 1 week, it may not feel like a big change. But after 1 year, that person has invested more than 180 hours into improving themselves. After 5 years, they have created a level of knowledge and skill that most people never develop. This is the power of small actions repeated consistently. Warren Buffett didn't become successful because he discovered one magical secret. He became successful because he followed simple principles for a very long time. He kept learning when others stopped. He kept improving when others became comfortable. He kept asking questions when others assumed they already knew enough. That curiosity became his advantage, and that advantage helped him make decisions that created extraordinary results. The beautiful thing about this rule is that anyone can start following it today. You don't need special permission. You don't need a huge investment. You don't need to wait for the perfect moment. You can start by spending a few minutes every day learning about something that improves your future. Learn about money. Learn about investing. Learn about communication. Learn about a skill that can increase your value in the world. Because the person you become determines the opportunities you can recognize and the decisions you can make. A person with better knowledge can see possibilities that others miss. A person with better skills can create more value. And a person with better thinking can make choices that lead to a better future. At the end of the day, Warren Buffett's greatest investment was never just in stocks or businesses. His greatest investment was himself. Before he built his fortune, he built his mind. Before he became a great investor, he became a great learner. And that is the lesson we can all take from his journey. So the next time you think about building wealth, don't only ask yourself, how can I make more money? Ask yourself a more powerful question. How can I become more valuable? Because when you improve yourself, you improve the quality of every decision you make. This was another lesson from the Warren Buffett series. In the next episode, we will uncover another powerful rule that shaped Warren Buffett's thinking and helped him create one of the greatest financial success stories in history.